I tried to balance defining the chord using somewhat of the root sounds. But when I got into some more interesting colors, that's when I was stepping away from the root-based pentatonics, for the exception on the dominant. So when I'm talking about the root-based pentatonic, just to review that, over the D minor 7 chord, I was thinking D minor. Now that's a perfect pentatonic to play that defines the chord exactly. You're exactly inside of the sound and nothing really jumps out. There's the one color note, which is the 11 or the 4, but in passing, unless you sit on it, it will just kind of goes past you without noticing, or noticing too much tension. But with the dominant, now when I used the root minor on the dominant, on the G7 chord, and I used a G minor pentatonic, that's when you heard you had the that's when you got this really kind of blues-oriented sound. Now where it got kind of even more dissonant than that, that's when I was using the minor pentatonic based on the flat third. So something that I did in there was thinking now that was what I was thinking there was A minor pentatonic over the D, so I get the added color of the ninth. And then I used the B flat melodic, I used the B flat pentatonic, minor pentatonic over the G7, which gave me all the altered tones. And then I went into the B minor pentatonic on the C major, which gave me the most color on those chords. So it's kind of, if you can hear me weave in and out of being in with the chord, kind of smooth and consonant. And then if it starts to get a little dissonant, or you hear more tension in the sound, I was using one of those options. Either the minor pentatonic over the dominant to get the kind of blues sound of the flat 3. Now see, the difference is you have the flat 3 on the minor third pentatonic too, but along with it you're also getting a whole host of dissonant notes. So if you hear a little bit of blues, but not too many sounds outside, then I was playing with the minor pentatonic. And then again, over the dominant, the most dissonant sounds would be coming from the altered choice, which is the flat third. And some of the options that I would use were a combination of mixing the pentatonics together so I can get more stepwise motion rather than this sound. I start to blend the sounds together and I get something like I mentioned on the major, for example. If I blend the E minor, the B minor, and the A minor, then I end up mixing those together. I end up with a Lydian sound, right? And then that's the most interesting kind of sound that comes out of the major 7 is when that Lydian note, the sharp 4, is employed. So I'm getting that from the B minor pentatonic. And then mixing them together, like I said, I can bridge the notes together. So just a quick demonstration of that. If I'm going from my E minor pentatonic, my next note is G, but if I start blending the notes together, I have E, well the next available note I have is F sharp, and that's coming from the 5th of the B minor pentatonic. And I have G, which is both my 3rd, or it's the 2nd note of the E minor pentatonic, and it's also the flat 7 in the A minor pentatonic. Then I have the A, right, which is the root of the A minor. It's the flat 7 of the B. It's the 4 of the E. B, which is the 5th of my E. Root of the B minor. And C, which is the 3rd of the A minor, which also happens to be the root of the chord I'm playing it over, and D, which is the third of the B minor, and the seventh of the E minor, and the fourth or the 11th of the A minor. So then all of a sudden, well, if I displace, then I put the C at the bottom. So this is able, like when I mentioned combining them together, you get these sounds, or these scales, like you get Dorian from the combining of all three of the options on the minor, and you get Lydian from combining all the options on the major. So then I can jump from leaping of the pentatonic sounds to more close-knit lines. So these are a lot of different concepts that I was using within the solo. So again, if it sounds like it's matching the chord and fits in easily and nothing really jumps out, I'm using pentatonics based on the root. So on the dominant would mean I'd be basing it on the sixth, actually, root from the minor, sixth on the dominant. And then the third on the major would give me, or the sixth on the major would give me like the most smooth sound. And then when it starts to step away further, I'm using one of the other pentatonic options. The farthest away on the dominant is the altered, the flat 3. So those are a lot of concepts for you that you can try on the track on your own. And then you would also have the tab and music notation for what I played, and you can play along with me. So have some fun with it.